Do you know what great training, truly great training looks like? I was at an international training conference and a gentleman came up to me looking for sales training and I said, what do you need? Well, he told me he was with a multinational company himself, hundreds of thousands of people around the world selling for him, some independents and some dedicated reps. And he just spent $2 million 3 years ago on a sales training system, and he told me the name. And it's a prestigious organization, you might recognize it. Very good selling system. Unfortunately, the salespeople across the planet were just not putting their practices into play. They weren't doing the training. So what does he do? He goes and decides to buy another selling system. So the board of this company had given him $1.5 million 3 years later to buy a new selling system. And I said, can I just frankly tell you that you're a little bit out of your mind? Because this doesn't make any sense at all. That's a great selling system you have right now. Your problem isn't that the selling system doesn't work, it's that your salespeople aren't using it. That's a different scenario altogether. See, when I train salespeople and when I tell people that are buying or looking for training, I warn them about one thing in particular. Don't pay attention when people talk to you about how great the learning experience is, because learning is not that big of a deal. It's behavior change. You want your salespeople to change their behavior and do things differently, do things better. Great sales training is about behavior change, not about learning. This gentleman with his $2 million investment had gotten people a great learning experience, but they weren't putting it into practice. So his real problem at the end of the conversation with me was like, oh, this probably wasn't very smart to get a budget for this extra money. We need to figure out why we're not getting people to change their behavior. It's all about behavior change. It is not about learning. So if you want a great training experience, you need to be somewhere where you're learning new practices, you're practicing with your peers in a training setting, not with your buyers, with your prospects, and you're finding out later on that the new stuff works, whether it's attaining to using pain versus gain, whether it's having a great opening dialogue that's better than 10,000 closes, whether it's having great qualifying, disqualifying questions, whether you're spectacular at objection handling. All that new stuff you learn has to be put into practice for you to truly become a world-class sales professional. So great training focuses on behavior change.